The shadow animatronics first mysteriously appeared in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 as rare Easter eggs. Many YouTubers such as Dorko and 8-Bit Gaming would make theories on these characters, but still to this day they're unsolved, with the most popular assumption being that they are created of agony from the missing children incident. However, they play a much more important role in the story and are still just as important today. After William kills the MCI kids, their souls possess the animatronics, but their agony is still left behind. This is explained in the Fazbear Fright book series. However, to summarise, Phineas Taggart collected objects that were near the site of agony, such as torture devices and items located near murder sites. This causes them to appear haunted, despite not being possessed by a ghost. Phineas notes that while human emotions are capable of affecting their environment, extremely negative emotions have a greater impact and power. I would recommend reading the FNAF wiki page if you haven't read the books, or just need a recap. The agony from the MCI murders is so strong with negative emotion that they start to manifest into Shadow Bonnie. The last thing they saw before death, a rabbit in the shadows. They show up as ghostly figures in the office and watch the night guard. As their negative emotion builds, they crash the game with an outburst of agony. Left with no purpose, Shadow Bonnie fades into the darkness. When Cassidy is setting up the events of Happiest Day, she needs a way to enter the crying child's mind in order to change his memories to create his happiest day. But unable to leave her suit, she manipulates Shadow Bonnie and uses him to enter the crying child's mind. Then, in the secret minigames in FNAF 3, you watch as Cassidy uses Shadow Bonnie to change his memories and set him free. The minigame, which is a flipped parallel to his death with the bullies in the stage on the opposite side. This shows that he changed a bad memory to be a good one, which sets him free. Shadow Freddy is an agony creature created from the bite of 83. This is why the agony takes form of a Shadow Freddy. The crying child was terrified of the shadows on the wall in the minigames in FNAF 4, so the agony takes the form of his killer and his fears. He appeared in FNAF 2 to torment Michael for his brother's death, feeding on Michael's negative emotions and agony. William learns about these manifestations and uses them for his bidding. Shadow Freddy is made from the crying child's agony, so he listens to William's demands, listening to his father's requests. This is why Shadow Freddy lures the animatronics back to William in the Follow Me minigames in FNAF 3. Michael is always depicted to look like William, so the same must be the same for the crying child. This is why Shadow Freddy is purple, a clear parallel to the Purple Man. Also, Shadow Freddy lures them the same way as William did in the MCI, further linking these characters. More evidence is that in the Fruity Maze minigame in FNAF 6, William is seen saying "Follow me" to Susie in the reflection of the game, which is also what Shadow Freddy says to the animatronics when luring them. In FNAF 4, Nightmare is labelled as Shadow Freddy in the files, which suggests that they're the same. This is another example of Shadow Freddy being used to torture Michael. Nightmare's voice in UCN is "I am your weakness made of flesh." William used a manifestation of his son's agony to lure the animatronics back to kill them, so this is the wickedness he's talking about. Then, in UCN, he is a physical being made to torture William. So, from this theory, we've learnt that Shadow Bonnie is a manifestation of the agony which came from the MCI. Then, Cassidy uses this agony creature so she can enter the crying child's mind and alter his bad memories to be good, which ultimately sets him free. And this is what we see in FNAF 3, with the minigames with Shadow Bonnie going around and changing stuff, and then we get the happiest day. And Shadow Freddy is an agony creature created from the bite of 83. This is why he's a bear, and now he's manifesting into a bear. And this is why he listens to William in the Follow Me minigames, because if it's the agony of crying child, he still must remember William in some way. So if William says, "Tell them follow me and lure them back here," the crying child's going to listen, because it's his dad. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and comment below your ideas.